And here we are, folks, back 9 holes of round 3 of the 2021 Silver Cup. We are here at Silver Creek Park, and we are moving into this back 9 stretch. With our lead card, we move into hole number 10, par 3, 362. I call this the launch pad hole. It's a downhill par 3, bending to the left. We're going to fly over a dry section that acts as kind of a launch pad. Just as I said, if you get your hyzer to skip off that launch pad, it's parked just like that.
Thanks, buddy.
Nice display.
He has 12 strokes over second place right now.
Cale has only missed
holes.
1 hole, and it was pretty much the bonus birdie par 3 on the course.
From circle 1.
Yeah.
It's been a treat to watch these athletes play Silver Creek Park. Honestly, one of the nicer parks that I've been to in the middle of the summer, right on the shores of Lake Michigan. Jim Van Lannen has been running this tournament for 2 decades.
Yeah, it's been an Elite Series Pro Tour event. It's been a Silver Series event. One of the issues, unfortunately, of having it as an Elite Series is the cell signal.
That's right.
And it's such a tragedy in the world of disc golf that we have to do internet streaming.
Yep.
At least right now, till we find a better solution. But man, Rollin Ridge in itself is an amazing track to watch high-level disc golf at.
Yes, it is. And Rollin Ridge Disc Golf Course is actually one of the longtime sponsors of the Silver Cup. So big thanks to them for their continued support. The Silver Cup is a treat of a tournament.
And Neal having to go forehand here. This is a hard lefty backhand hole. You saw Neal kick off to the right side. Maybe having a look for the 3. Oh, and that's tragic. It's a long 50-foot putt there to save his par. And Andrew's at 17. He's chasing down second place. He can only hope at this point that Neal is in a rough position for his 3rd, and he may be.
Cale had to go to the spin putt for that one. Little awkward stance.
And right off the launch pad, that was one of the worst lies that I've seen after hitting the dry spot in the fairway. That is a nice 15-foot birdie from the spin putt. Oh, no, and Mike hits top band. And that always hurts.
Hole 11, 495, par 4. Got a couple of down trees opening up this fairway here. That road on the right is out of bounds, and this is the crux of the fairway right here. You want to either land one short in that gap or try and get one to penetrate through and get down to the flat. This hole is eagleable.
Oh, at this point, I'm calling this one a gold level par 3.
Yeah.
Because those mature trees before really made you throw a risky hyzer over the road. And it prevented you from throwing this giant hyzer shot. Cale gets all the way down there, and he has a putt for the 2. This could bring him back to perfect.
Yeah, he really got into that one.
And that is where the canopy of those big mature trees used to be. That shot was never possible before. And Mike throws kind of a conservative shot. He is safe. He's going to have a little hyzer chip to the basket. And that is going to be out of bounds over the road. What is the lefty going to do here? Is Neal going to go max distance turnover?
Turned it over a little too early. Was Andrew out of bounds?
I believe he was over the road. This is where he went out.
Look at this wide angle shot right there. I love that.
Oh, nice and soft. Little hyzer flip, air bounce. And he's right next to the basket. Gorgeous shot. And a conservative play from Mike. He's playing just for a simple birdie. It's always really sad to have just really old trees get cut down. And, oh, man, Mike Carman almost dropping one in for the 2. Okay, this is a tough spot. This could very well... Okay, he got out. He has himself a putt for the 3. And there is the 4. Andrew Brown is parked for the birdie. No way. This was the eagle putt?
What?
Cale
He parked the
Leiviska
hole?
has made up for his one miss, and he is back to a perfect round pace right now. He is 11 under through 11. I mean, at this point, second place is a win. Cale, like, I don't even know what the rest of the players are thinking. They have to just be battling for second place. This is incredible. And that's what I like about Cale. 495, he threw a pure hyzer and got the 2.
Yeah.
Sneaky distance.
He still has it. The ageless wonder. Hole 12, par 4, 550, heading down the hill. You saw that early Mando on the right. And there's another Mando on the right. That big tree you have to go left of, forcing you to go straight down this skinny gap right here. We saw Cale set this one up with a mid-range off the tee. If you stay straight, it really doesn't matter how far you throw. If you go left or right, it can make the approach pretty tricky. And Cale is setting this one up again with a mid-range.
And Mike has pushed this off to the left side. That is not a good spot to be. Hopefully he's far enough back to where there's something to do, but... And Neal is throwing, ooh, a stable driver. But he actually got inside of the Mando, and he's out to the right side. That is a perfect shot.
Whoops. Thank you.
The best whoopsie-daisy you could possibly ask for. And
For sure.
That disc was pretty stable. You wonder if he was actually going for that side. Challenging that big tree.
Mike.
Yeah.
What a shot.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Oh, yes. Cale, what a shot.
What are we
This
watching
is a
right now,
clinic,
Nate?
Brian.
Like, I haven't checked the scores because I wanted to see how this played out.
I have no idea what he shoots.
Oh,
in
Neal
this
off the
round.
front tray. We could be watching complete brilliance. He's got some tough birdies coming up. The next couple of holes are really tough bonus birdies. You know, and to me in disc golf, no matter what the difficulty level of course it is, shooting an 18 under par is a lot of execution, no matter what course you're playing.
And Brian, you've actually shot a 300. You've bowled a 300. How does it how would it compare to an 18 under at a course like this?
I mean, it's the same psychology. At a certain point, you kind of wake up and you realize where you're at, and then the nerves set in because you don't care about the rest of the players. You care about what you're about to accomplish. And he has 6 more shots that he has to nail. Hole number 13, again, one of those bonus birdies. 344 feet, low ceiling, late drift. But the trick about the late drift is that you have to hit the ground on the left side of the disc to get that forward skip into the gap. It's such a tight window.
I think Cale goes F5 here.
He wants it. I think he's given himself a circle 2 look.
Flip. Oh, that's a good reaction right there. And Mike and Cale are both going to have circle 2 looks.
And Neal overturned that one big time, and he feels it.
It almost looked like he was going roller.
He genuinely might have been. Neal gets aggressive at some interesting times. Andrew just not able to keep a lot of stuff over on turn at this point. You see a lot of his shots fading out early, and you can tell he's missing those lines. He's not satisfied with them.
Just not quite hitting them as hard as he'd like to. It
Exactly.
looked like the angle was good, but if he gave it more pace, it would have continued to drift.
And hitting a root, of course, sliding it nicely through the gap, but anytime you enter one of these little forests.
Oh, there's the little...
I told you.
There's the little...
Beautiful little chop
frisbee
sidearm.
toss, yep. What's that Manabu toss right there? I missed that, dude.
Manabu Kajiyama, for any of you new disc golfers. Manabu Kajiyama, best player in Japan, potentially Japan's history. Used to come over to the States all the time, and he was phenomenal. This is to keep the streak going. Little spin putt, left side.
Oh, just didn't give it the life from 35 feet right there.
And that's going to be a bogey for Neal. Moves back to 17. Still a stroke ahead of the rest of the card. Minus Cale, who is double his score under par.
Whoa. Don't know if I've ever seen that, Brian. He's double the score.
Yeah, that's a little strange. That's a 17-stroke lead right now.
This man just keeps adding to his career.
The man is playing chess. Everybody else is playing checkers. He's playing chess well. He's playing Grandmaster chess right now.
All right, hole 14, 455. Definitely a bonus birdie. You can see the low ceiling here as we approach the green. This is the short pin. Takes a lot of power to get this one into the circle with that low ceiling, and you can't really shape from left to right at all.
Oh, and Cale has already abandoned the perfect round. And he's just going to play for the 3. Disciplined. With a 17-stroke lead, you'd think he'd go roller or something wacky at this point, but he just doesn't want to be stressed.
And you got to wonder, that for me, that brings in the conversation of player ratings.
Yeah.
And whether or not we need those or what value those bring. I mean, I love the player rating. I'm just curious what everyone else thinks. You know, that's a situation where you're up by 17, you could do whatever you would like. But I'm sure that Cale is thinking, you know, I want to shoot a good round, get a good rating, continue to increase my rating if ratings weren't a thing and it was just a number and a victory. then maybe we would see the roller in a little bit more freedom.
You also have to know that a lot of the best players in the world don't even know what their rating is anymore. A lot of the best players in the world,
Like, how many wins did I get?
Yeah, they care about the wins. They care about that because rating is not even really being tracked as much for sponsorships anymore. And it used to be a big indicator of who's worth getting sponsored and who's not. But now the game is starting to figure out player value from a lot of different methods and not just player ratings. So, in golf, players getting sponsored, it's not by their handicap. Everyone's handicap is 0. So, you wonder what's going to happen to the player rating system for professional players in the future. At least maybe on the Pro Tour that goes away. Who knows?
Yep.
You right here.
Long uphill par 4, 403 feet, but that does not do it justice. This hole is not reachable. You're shooting a long, flipping hyzer up the hill, hoping to get to the short basket if you can really crush one, and then you have a long run at this basket with a bunch of trees backstopping the throw-in. This is an exciting eagle run, and look at this drone shot. Oh, that is so awesome to see.
I love that. So a little history from Silver Creek Park. It was originally a sled hill, and this was the hill right here. They had some infrastructure to carry you back up the hill, and obviously it gets pretty cold up here, a ton of snow. And there are some photos around the park of the original infrastructure and a bunch of families visiting here. We're talking like late 1800s. This was a sled hill.
I have never seen live drone footage of these uphill drives before. That is so entertaining. And they're giving the drone quite a show here. Fantastic drives.
Are we about to see the upshots on the drone too? This is great.
And Neal going for the throw-in, but parks it instead.
Perfection. And we do have a pretty good battle for second. No. And that's the only danger of this green. Hitting one of those and getting left, and then there's often not a great look at the basket from down there.
Oh, Andrew needs this.
Oh, he got some help right there.
He's going to have an uphill look. There's some wind gusting. Cale got all the way up the hill. He has a little air bounce up to the basket. Is that short, though? Oh, boy.
That did look a little short, and it does look like Mike has something right here.
And that is not good for Mike. Neal is parked. Oh, no.
And what a mistake on this routine par 4.
And at this point, like, even though, Cale's winning the tournament, you're rooting for him to keep shredding.
Yeah.
You gotta love watching fantastic disc golf. And you and I both, as just longtime players and fans of watching the best players play, we've watched 18-unders happen, and it's magical. Andrew gets the birdie. He's going to go to 16. tying Mike. Neal's going to go 2 up on them. The real battle is for second place.
All right, hole 16 is a great par 4. This Mando right here, you have to go right of, takes the over-the-top shot out. We do see a lot of rollers on this one, but this downhill shot is really tricky, and if you don't get distance, you are left with a really tough speed control approach with the road long and left.
Slow motion wind check.
That's
good
great.
vibes all the way around on
That's
this
just
card.
a great card, man.
Yeah, I've played disc golf with 3 of the 4 players here, and I love playing with all of them. And then judging the smile on Andrew in that slow-mo, wouldn't mind playing with him either.
And look, that's pure. That is pure. You can tell from the drone. He just beat the Mando and playing it out left, but he's going to have an open look, likely a forehand into the green from there.
Ooh, Neal throwing something stable. And he gets to a decent spot as well. He's going to maybe have to stretch out a sidearm. Let's see what Cale goes for here. He's so disciplined. You know, the perfect round is over. He's still trying to throw mid-range off the tee. And makes the Mando, but that is the jail spot on this hole. He's going to maybe go forehand roller. Yeah.
Mike has found the worst lies so far on this card.
I want to give this man a hug. But he's still in it. He's still in it for second place. He's
really
grinding out this round.
And this is a dangerous shot with the road on the left. That needs to... What?
Keep going.
Get down. Curl. Get back. What a shot from
He's
Mike.
putting. Wow. Not terrible, not great. Cale can trip over his shoelaces and he'll be just fine.
You're around it.
But that was a crucial shot for Andrew. He could have taken a stroke. We don't know what kind of lie Neal has. He looks like he's on the edge. He's taking a backhand. If he puts this one close, it could seal the deal. Okay.
Man, that would have been just miraculous up and down.
I mean, we've played this hole a lot.
Yeah.
And getting up and down from there is not a common thing.
And Andrew just a little undercommitted, I would say, on those hyzer putts. And can you break this putt down for me, Brian? I know that you say that it's a push putt. How do you determine that?
You look at Cale's arm. It's just one mechanism. There's no real bending and extending. It's a little bit bent, but he keeps it for the entire putt, brings it down, and then shoves it out. It's more of a pop and a supination of his arm.
So he's getting the disc up to speed just by the momentum of his arm coming up and not really like spinning it with his wrist.
His wrist is not hinging from in to out. It's popping upwards, and his middle 2 fingers, Ricky talks about this a lot. His ring finger and his middle finger are the ones putting a lot of force on the underside of the disc. Whereas Neal has a lot more traditional spin putt. Wrist hinging in to out. And both have, great pros and cons.
And you've seen both styles go to the top. You've seen Eagle just jam spin putts in, but then we see Rick just putting these incredible push putts from distance.
All right, hole number 17. 2 more holes remaining. The fight for second is still here. 426 feet. This is another bonus birdie, but it can be had if you throw a really solid shot that goes up the hill, but it's not that high. The trick is clearing the hill, but then throwing it high enough to hit the canopy and land short. It is a very committed shot to get one inside of circle 1. Neal has blasted this. We'll see if this goes OB long. No.
Oh, what a drive.
It is plenty short.
Circle 2, but
Yeah.
still.
I feel like this is where most of the birdie looks come from. They're short, in line with the basket.
And that's a big drive for Neal. He's got 3 over Mike and Andrew here.
Oh, my goodness. If that gets through.
He had the flight. He just needed it to be a little lower out of the hand.
Cale's just throwing a mid. Cale Leiviska has... Oh my, look at this. Cale Leiviska has Hall of Famer written all over him.
No question.
You know, how many other people can run a Disc Golf Pro Tour event and then go play one the next weekend and get top 10? He has done
Just
so much for the sport of disc golf, playing, tournament directing, designing, community building. If he doesn't get inducted into the Hall, maybe even during his career, it would be a robbery.
Big putt for Neal to kind of close the door on Mike and Andrew.
Neal has all but locked up second place. Third is up for grabs as we move into the very scenic and challenging hole number 18.
All right, here we are. Final hole of the 2021 Silver Cup. It's a par 5 and a beautiful one at that. 864. The ideal tee shot gets you past this tree, off to the left, as close to that tee pad as you can get if possible, and then you have this huge downhill shot across this open field. It's pretty protected as you approach the green. Honestly, one of the more memorable par 5s.
I love this hole.
Yeah, this is
Playing this
great.
hole is a blast.
It's so much fun. There's so much airspace on that second shot. And then you have the Silver Creek just behind this pin here.
The coolest part about this hole is you throw a technical shot, kind of a flip up to a landing zone, but no matter where you land, there is a fun shot to get you down the hill. But it's so unsatisfying when you don't set your first shot up nicely.
Yeah, you got to pitch up to the hill and then
Yes.
throw down. Yeah.
You just want to put this one in a nice spot out in the open. There's the drone again. And Andrew gets a beautiful kick out to the center.
Look at that shot with the lake in the background. That is sweet. I got to hand it to these guys for coming out and helping Jim Van Lannen out, helping Terry Miller, the disc golf guy, out with this coverage.
This only works in disc golf because of how slow the disc moves compared to a golf ball. These camera angles don't work for a lot of games.
Let us know what you think. Do you guys like the drone? I'm loving it right now.
Oh no, and Mike potentially in another hairy situation.
What? The selfie. They had such a good time. I had a good time too. I wish that somehow, Brian, we could be in that photo.
Sorry,
I
everybody.
feel like I was a part of this. I mean, It was great. It's a good battle for second. This is a historic.
I'm sorry, everybody.
No, it really is a historic tournament from Cale.
Yeah, 34 under par. I mean,
I've never seen a
again,
15-stroke victory going into 18. I mean,
the thing that I love is when a player like Cale, who travels all over the world for disc golf, shows up and shows that he's the real deal over and over and over again. Because you can show up to a B tier. If you show up to any local B tier, there are locals that play that course every day that will give you a run for your money no matter who you are.
It's golf. No matter what, it's still golf. And sometimes the local events can be even harder to win because the setting isn't the same that you're used to competing on. And for them, that's exactly the setting that they're comfortable in.
But this is just a beautiful finishing hole. Oh, a nice standstill from Mike. That might get all the way down the hill. Come on!
Oh, he hit the pole! Mike Carman.
What a shot!
From over 400 feet.
Give us that replay, folks.
Are you kidding me?
Hits it on Anheuser. It coasts down the hill, stabilizes, picks up some speed.
DD3 crests the hill.
Is that going to be? Oh, that is going hilariously out of bounds if it does not hit the pole. What a shot from Mike Carman. Good on him because he had some horrible lies this round.
No, Neal, that is directly across the creek. Oh, this is gonna play.
Is second place in?
Oh, wait a second. What was that? His third shot? He's gonna get a 6. He might still be okay.
Oh my goodness.
I think these guys are getting 4s. I'm not sure.
Let's see. Neal from circle 2.
This could be a big putt.
And he's missed it. My. Birdie for Andrew Brown. 17 under.
Okay, par for Mike. But
Mike had to pitch out on his first shot.
That's right. I forgot about that one. That's a big up and down, though, for a par. And I believe that Neal is taking a single bogey here.
Double bogey with the penalty, Nate. Tie ball game for second place. Andrew Brown sneaks in. And Cale.
One of the more memorable performances.
That man gets to go buy a Rolex tonight and sleep on a bed of roses. What a performance.
2021 Silver Cup champion, Cale Leiviska.
All right, and there's Jim Van Lannen. He has dedicated so much to this sport.
Not my first. This is freaking awesome. Thank you. Wow.
Congratulations, Cale.
I like the trophy presentation here at the end. This is nice. Thank you all very much. This was definitely a weekend I'll never forget. It was kind of a emotional week for me, so it was a good to have some disc golf therapy this weekend and just focus on this. So this is for my buddy Steve, who just passed this week. So yeah, he was definitely with me. Jeffron, thank you for caddying, my man. Always love you. I don't know if the Prince of Manitowoc is around here, Chris Hartman.
Chris Hartman.
Boy.
What a
Thank
guy.
you, buddy, for always taking care of us. It's I've spent many weekends in this town, and we keep coming back. So thank you guys very much. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
It's good to be here. Thank you all.
All right. Congratulations, Cale.
One of the kindest people I've ever
Man,
met.
the key to my success was just absolutely just puring lines. I started early at Rollin Ridge, which is a very demanding course. Got to get off the tee there. And yeah, I had supreme confidence on like on hitting my lines and like hitting them with power too, which out there, you know, sometimes if you're a little bit off, you can lose confidence pretty fast. So I was just literally, I don't think I missed a line on my drive out there. So shot a really hot round to get the tournament started, and then I was able to kind of coast and play some carefree golf from there. Well, I had like a pretty sizable lead. It was about 10 strokes. So, you know, I felt like, you know, I pretty much had the victory in hand. So I was really trying to just like challenge myself mentally. I told Jeffron, my caddy, I told him that I was going to aim for a 12 under and act like I needed to shoot that to win the tournament. And then, like, yeah, I was rolling there for a while, getting some good birds. Even got an eagle there, which was really fun. And then ended up birdieing hole 18 to shoot 12 under. So it was, yeah, I was glad that I pushed myself and didn't kind of get too complacent out there and make sure I felt good about the round today. Locally, I want to thank my boy Chris Hartman for always hosting us here in Manitowoc. Been coming here for so many years, and this is yeah, we always have a great weekend here celebrating the summertime. And then also my caddy Jeffron for rolling with me the last couple days, and then yeah, everybody that you know roots for me and supports me personally, supports my website, supports Prodigy Disc, Airborne Disc Golf. I appreciate everyone, and then everyone who just supports disc golf in general. It's a good time to be in the game, and I feel very lucky to be where I'm at.
All right, Discmania, Rollin Ridge, Lakeshore Auto, the Lighthouse Inn. This was the 2021 Silver Cup. I'm Nate Perkins, Brian Earhart. This was a treat, man.